I will give you a glance on what we have discussed. We will see it like what we have discussed, what we need to discuss, and then we'll move forward. Okay? Now, good. This course is mainly on the backend and the databases one. In the last class, I explained you, last few classes, we discussed what is backend, what is server. Every application contains three layers. How many layers, sir? Three layers. Presentation layer, application layer, data layer. Presentation layer focuses on what you show, which is front end. Application layer focuses on what we need actually to do, logic, backend. Data layer focuses on what to store and what to give, focuses on databases. Front end considers HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, or whatever the other things you like. Backend considers Node, Express, Java, PHP, Python, something extra. And databases considers MySQL, MongoDB, etc. We learned already databases MySQL. We learned databases MongoDB, which is one structured, one SQL, one NoSQL. Now we are going to learn backend. In that backend also we are learning Node.js and then we will learn Express.js. Every application, the basic for found the basic structure they follow is client server model. What it is it calls a client server model. In this client server model, client requests the server whenever it wants. For example, you go to YouTube, you say it like trending videos. When you're clicking on the trending videos, your front end, you just click on trending button. The front end will ask the back end, give me trending videos of today. Automatically, the back end will ask the database. The database will get, the back end will say to the front end, these are the trending videos and it will show on the screen. Right? That is called client request the server. Server responds to the client. Server responds to the client. The request and response happen through something called API. What it will happen through ma? API. API stands for Application Programming Interface, which were created by the backend. The backend creates the API and the front end just responds to it. The backend only connects the databases also. Server only connects the databases. In this backend, mainly what the backend will do, backend will receive requests from front end. Backend will store, retrieve data from the databases. Backend will do the business logic. Backend will do authentication and security. Backend will also develop the APIs. When you are building the backend, sir, there are different kind of architectures, such as monolithic architecture. Monolithic architecture means whatever the backend you need to do, whatever the database you need to do, everything is in single place. All our front and back end databases are in single code basis. Those kind of structure is called monolithic architecture. What is it called, ma? Monolithic architecture. But imagine I want it like 10 things to do my backend. Like I want my backend to do cart, I want my backend to do discount, I want my backend to do payment, I want my backend to do some scheduling. Each one, if I divide it as a separate service, and each service have a separate database, that is called microservices architecture. What is it called, ma? Microservices architecture. There is a separate way called serverless architecture where you don't need any server, only automatically it works. Okay, where you use some kind of cloud functions like Google Cloud or AWS Lambdas. Online, some tools are there without the backend, such as BAS, backend as a service, Firebase, Supabase, and all, etc. Next, we discussed Node.js. Node.js is an open source, cross platform JavaScript runtime environment. If anyone asks you what is Node.js, Node.js is a JavaScript runtime environment. What is Node.js, sir? JavaScript runtime environment. What does it mean by that? Normally, browsers run JavaScript because every browsers run JavaScript because every browser contains JavaScript engine. What is the JavaScript engine for Google Chrome, sir? V8. What if I take the V8? What if I take the V8 and run the V8 separately on a machine? That is the Node.js. Node.js is nothing but running the V8 on a separate machine. What is the main use? You can run now JavaScript without browser. Without browser, you can run the JavaScript. Are you all getting my point, ma? Online, are you all getting my point? Where do we use this Java Node.js? We use it in web servers, we use it in CLI tools, we use it in real-time apps and all. And what are the main features of Java's Node.js? People will ask you these questions. Node.js is JS based. Node.js is a single threaded architecture. What does it mean by single threaded, sir? Execute line by line. Okay. No, sorry. I'm sorry. Not execute line by line. Single threaded means one task at a time. Synchronous means execute line by line. I'm sorry. Single threaded means one task at a time. Sir, what if multiple tasks are there? You use asynchronous. For this asynchronous handling, what the Node.js will do or the JS engine will do, JS engine will create a event loop. What it will create? Event loop. What the event loop will do, there is something called call stack. I think we discussed in the last class. All the events will push it into event queue and uh, task queue or event queue. And call stack is whenever the call stack is empty, event loop checks call stack empty or not and pushes the task queue events to the call stack one by one by one. In Node.js, everything is a modular design. That means everything is built up with modules, such as if you want files, FS, if you want create servers, HTTP, if you want some kind of file paths, path like that. Node.js is a asynchronous non-blocking one. That means if one task is performing, it will not wait until the task finish to go for the next task. It will automatically go for the next task, and this task will be in a queue to perform, like a job scheduling kind of algorithms. That is the reason Node.js will not have any buffering because it is non-blocking the data. Non-blocking IO, people call it. Non-blocking input output. Also, we discussed how to install Node.js. We installed Node.js in our system. We created Hello World. We ran the Hello World program. Online, anyone have any questions sir, till now? Online, anyone have any questions till now? No, no, no. Good. I hope most people got it. Hmm. Let's start today's one. Modules. Node.js modules. Node.js modules. Now, what are it mean by modules, sir? Modules are nothing but small programs which can be reused, same like your functions, basically. Okay. Now, if you observe, if you completed the React and all, you will know this topic anyway. But if you don't know also, basically the JavaScript have this module system. Imagine you have two JavaScript files, JS1, JS2. In JS1, we like you are writing JS1, I am writing JS2. We both are working for the same project. Now you already write one method called add. That same method I also want. Do you think I need to write it again? No, because we all are working for same project now. Anyway, all code will be merged later. So whatever the things you already write, I don't need to write. But how can I use them? Right? So you have to export at one point and import it at another point, na? Right or not? So normally people will export at one point and then import at another point. This kind of logic is called module system. What is it called? Module system. There are different module systems which we will discuss one by one by one. Now, so now like this, there are some default files. Like, sir, I write one file, sir. This file I exported, and in another file I imported. This kind of logic to do already Node.js write some files. When you install Node.js, already they write some files which you can take built-in modules, they call built-in modules or core modules. We can write our own modules called custom modules. First, we will see what are built-in modules, what are the custom modules. When it comes to the custom module, I will tell you what is different module systems like CommonJS or the ES6. Okay, now let's start. In Node.js, every file, every file is treated as a module. Types of modules. First one, core or built-in module system. Built-in modules. Node.js includes includes many built-in modules you can use immediately. No. First one, OS module. We can use operations which are related to OS level by importing OS module. If I go here, basic modules .js. Hmm. Const OS is equals to require OS. Whenever you wanted one particular file, whenever you wanted one particular file from one file to another file. So there is something called one file called OS file. Did you create the OS file? No. OS file is created like in by Node.js. When you download it, it's already there. So you need to import it here. Someone exported there, you need to import it here. You can import it using two types of module system. One is called common JS module system. Common JS module system. Another one is called ES6 module system. If you're using common JS, you will import it like this. This is import statement for common JS. Okay. If you are using no ES6 module system, you will use like this. Import OS from OS. So this is like any one only people will do. This is like ES6 module system. using ES6 module. I will show you anyway, but I'm just giving it. If a modern way is ES6. Okay. In using ES6, people will import like this. Using uh, common JS, people will import it like this. So don't get confused. It like by seeing these things, like any one only people will use it. Which one is best? There is nothing like that. But see, majority of the code bases, people used this common and require common JS require. Like most of the times for backend, people used common JS require one. And this ES6 is mostly people use it for front end. But these days people are using this for backend also, because same thing they are following it. There is nothing like best or not best. It's like the comfort level of the people. Are you getting my point, ma? Online, are you all getting my point? Yeah. Console.log. Oh. Is this similar to importing packages in Java? Actually true. Yes. In Java, you call them packages. In Java, packages means already Java people will create some things and those people will keep them in packages. You will import them. Same thing in C sharp, people will call it them as namespace. Same thing in Python, people call libraries. They use it pip install. Okay. In Node.js, we call them as simple modules, built-in one. Simple. It is similar to the packages one. OS dot. Now see, I can see it like multiple things. Which one we use in Node.js? I didn't understand your question. What does it mean by which one? Like common JS or that one? Common JS only mostly will use. But both I will show. I will show it like both. Okay. OS dot type, console dot log, OS dot platform. See, when I write it OS dot, automatically I'm getting it this suggestions na. That is because already something called OS is already there. Okay. Now I can use it. Or or console.log, OS dot free memo, console.log, OS dot user info, console.log, OS dot home directory, console.log, OS dot host name. I'm telling it, backend is थोड़ा depth. It's not like the front end. Okay. दिमाग यूज करना पड़ता क्योंकि तुम बिजनेस का लॉजिक लिख रहा है इधर. फ्रंट एंड बहुत इजी है, खाली कलर्स डाले तो हो जाता. Okay, you don't need to use your brain for front end. Anyway, now I did this. Now I have to run. How do you run this file? Go here, go to terminal. Everyone see this. Terminal. Which one I'm clicking, sir? Terminal. In terminal, new terminal. Why I'm getting this split terminal? Okay. See, I have the new terminal, sir. First, I have to go to this folder inside the 730 backend. Inside the backend, inside the code. here I have the code. What is the code name? How do I run the JavaScript Node.js file, sir? Node space file name. What is the file name? Basic modules dot JS. Now, can you see here? It printed my OS type, my platform, my bits, arc bit, how much memory I have, and my user info. Are you all getting my point, ma? And these details, where will be there? Like if you go to your system, if you go to your about whatever the configurations you will see in the OS level, whatever the configuration in your system, will they be constant? No. Like if you see it in your system, it is different, na? Based on your system, it will be different. So in your system, whatever the OS level things are there, like the OS type, OS name, OS memory, okay, your user info, those kind of OS level things which you want to handle, there is a default core module called OS. What is the core module? OS. OS means operating system. Everything knows. Everyone knows it. Okay, see, automatically it showed everything about it. My home directory, C users PC. Okay, I don't have any shell. Like, who is the user? User is Prasad. Main user is. Are you all getting my point, ma? Please have a note, sir. Have a note. Online. To run Node.js, you don't need to go to command prompt. In VS Code only, it will open command prompt. Show folder directories if any. There are any. Show the above. I didn't understand, Ma Kartika. I didn't have any folder structures like it's. See, I have backend. Inside the backend, I have code and notes, which is normal only. I don't have it like any separate things. In future, I will show you. Like when we start Express, na, I will show you. Once we discuss these basics, we will start Express. At the time, I will show you folders like middleware, controllers, okay, or model. Those kind of separate folders will be there. We will have at the time. I will show you. Done, sir? No, second one. Second path. it helps works with file files and directory paths directory paths in a cross platform way. So node doesn't require separate directories. What is free memory? See, these are default functions. Okay. These are not like something I created. Free mem means free memory. What is the free memory in your operating system? Now, when I buy my system, like I will have some free memory na now. I have some memory, I used something and I have free. How much memory you have free? You have to go to OS and check. No need. If you write a Node.js, it will check it because this is a server now. If Node.js is running means this my system became server now. I can get anything from Node.js in my system. I can operate files, I can open a file, I can write a file, I can read a file, I can delete a file, I can create one servers, I can even give this particular access to someone else. Everything Node.js can do. Are you getting my point, ma online? Node doesn't require separate directories. It's up to your wish. There are no separate directories required for any files. It's not like Node.js or Java or anything. Where, for example, you do Java, you do Python. They doesn't require any separate folders. We create them for our understanding. Whenever you like database one, you put it in models. Whenever you do it like logics, you will put it in controllers. Whenever you put it like middle things, you put it in middleware. These kind of things you will put it because you just wanted each thing in a nice folders. We are just understanding the Node.js, so I'm just keeping it everything in a normal no directories. Are you getting my point more online? Don't take everything too literally. Honor everyone. Good. Now next one. Can I also take in another file, sir? Why not? Const. I will take it here. Path equals to require path. There is a thing called path. One more thing. Here names need not to be same. You can put any names. Inside a name is path only because that is the actual name of the path. Here you can put anything like X or Y. Okay. I am just keeping path as path, OS as OS, but it's not a rule. Okay. Again, I'm telling it, don't take too literally. Path. Now, what this path will do? Like whenever you are giving a file path, where is this particular file? You will give one path, na? Where is this folder? You will give one folder path, na? Directory path, like something slash something slash something something. Those kind of things you can assign it using the path modules. Okay. Like for example, I have one path. I will declare one path here. Const file path is equals to home project app user.js. Okay. I have one file path which is home inside the home project, inside the project app, inside the app user.js. If I ask it here, console.log path dot direct directory name file path. File path is just a string. File path is just a string. I can directly give or I'm just giving it here like this. So we will explain about folder structures, model and all in while explaining Express.js. Correct. Yes. While explaining Express.js only you will have. It's because Express.js is a framework. Framework will give you the folder structures. Programming languages never gives it. स्प्रिंग बूट के अंदर फोल्डर स्ट्रक्चर रहता, जावा के अंदर नहीं, जैंगो के अंदर फोल्डर स्ट्रक्चर रहता, पाइथन के अंदर नहीं, बिकॉज दैट्स अ यूज ऑफ दिस फ्रेमवर्क. Same way, console.log, path dot, path dot name, prints std out multiple arguments, file path, let's give it here, file path, next, console.log, path dot, base name, file path, console.log, path dot, delimiter, file path, or console.log, path dot, join, join, join will take it like multiple paths. Prasad, Raj, Shekhar, console.log, path dot, resolve, sequence of path, same thing I will give. Now, if I go here, if I run this particular one again, let me run it, sir, this time. I think I have the terminal. I have the terminal. Node space, basic modules, .js. I have one error. Path dot delimiter is not a function. Path dot delimiter. No, it's not a function. So go here, CLS, run it again. Now everyone see this, sir. What happened? One by one, I will show you the program and output. See it here, everyone. Now, where are we? First one. Path. What is the path, sir? Home, project, app, user.js. Okay. What is the file here? Everyone tell me. In this, what is the file? What is the folder? User.js is the file. Remind all are inside home folder, inside project folder, inside app folder, you have something user.js. That is a logic, right? So when I ask it here, dir name is directory name. पाथ बोलो ये स्ट्रिंग के अंदर डायरेक्टरीज क्या है? स्ट्रिंग के अंदर डायरेक्टरीज क्या है? होम डॉट प्रोजेक्ट डॉट फ्रॉम प्रोजेक्ट ऐप. नाउ path dot extend name. सर व्हाट इज द फाइल हियर? यूजर डॉट जेएस. उसका एक्सटेंशन क्या है? नेक्स्ट, I asked here, give me the base name. What is the file name? What is the file name? Delimiter. What is the extension which separates? Semicolon. And next, join. Join is used to combine it multiple paths. When you are having, you are combining it here using the join. I gave three paths. What are they? Prasad Raj Shekhar. Prasad slash Raj slash Shekhar. Resolve also will do same thing as the path join. The difference is join will combine only what you give. Resolve will combine it with the current folder. Where am I in current folder? In backend code I'm in na. So if I give it like here same input, it will give me backend code Prasad slash Raj slash Shekhar. You know where you can use it, sir. You can use it for multiple times. Like for example, sometimes now when you are doing backend code, like front end, someone click a button, automatically what it should do, it should go to the system in backend. What the backend should do, backend should take the file. One file you will give. Okay. In front end, you will upload one file. Automatically, backend should take that file. Whenever you are uploading, how you will upload, sir? You will go to download, sir. You will directly take this download, sir, and you will upload this file, sir. But when you are uploading this, sir, that file the backend should take, na? So first backend should read ये फाइल का पाथ क्या है. उसके बाद backend should go to that file. उसके बाद take, then read, right? Taking and reading will do it by another particular module is there. But just understanding path, just for understanding path, you are having one module called path. What is the module, sir? Path. I hope you guys are understanding what are modules now. Okay. Modules are some kind of codes which can be used multiple times. By default, some modules are there which are core modules which we are discussing it now. Okay. Please note down this, sir. Next, I will tell you the another file one, fs. Most common we use it for file path. Sorry, fs. We use it fs. We use it path. We use os. We use http. Just have a note with sir. Online also. Where is this file in your system, sir? Don't we need to require path? I wrote the require. I wrote the require in the top only. You have to write. Where is this file? In my file in my system, something folder backend के अंदर code के अंदर I wrote ना this all. I didn't understand Sri your question. I am getting error. Did you install the Node.js? Is your system is having Node.js? If you, then it will come. If you get error, just send me like what you are getting it error. You should go to here, this particular folder, wherever you are having this particular file you are writing. In that folder only you should do. Just file there, paste that error here. I will do it extend. There is some kind of packages which will run automatically called nodemon and all. In future we will run it in port only. Same like how we put a go live automatically, it will only run. We can do some kind of things. Okay, no need of extensions. We put extensions. Why? Because backend server we don't rely on any other things. Okay, but there are some ways to run it. Till now I'm not doing it. We are just learning basic only. We are not doing any npm package.json and all. Once package.json comes, I will do it like some kind of automatic running. Okay, do we need to locate this file in this folder? If you want to locate it, automatically this can do. To understand file path, you need to import this path. Okay, is no for sir, understand, there is no file name user.js in my system. I am just giving a dummy path, but still it will take the paths. How it is understanding directory name, how it is understanding extension name, how it is understanding base name, that is what I want to show. Is it clear, ma online? Next, important one, fs module, file system. It handles it handles file operations, file operations like reading, writing, deleting, and updating the files. This is the error I'm getting it. What is the error there? Inside the Node.js, you run the package.js. P is small letter A in path, not capital path. Put small path. In require, put small path. Simple. If you read it there, you will understand 90% of the errors. See, I am doing everything in a single file. It's not like rule. Okay. If you want, you can put each one. Oh shit. If you want, you can put each one separate files also. Okay. Like that guy is maintaining for path and all, but I don't think so. I want file system. Const fs is equals to require fs. By default, common JS module system it will accept, sir. Now, in the same folder, I'm writing something called prasad.txt. In this txt file, nothing is there. So I will say here fs dot write file sync. Write file sync means synchronously it will do. Okay. What is the file name? Message. Sorry. Prasad. Prasad.txt. Hello. to Node.js. Now, I can even read this file, read the file, const data is equals to fs dot read file sync. What is the file name? Prasad.txt. Console.log data. Read file sync. Hmm? It read the buffer. Why? See, it wrote. If you see it here in Prasad.txt, I didn't write anything. But when I write it in the code, sir, Prasad.txt hello to Node.js, that thing it is written here. Okay. But it should write it here also. I think it is giving it in a character way. I have to encode this character way. CLS, comma, UTF-8. Now, can you see this, sir? My output. Alright. Why it is showing the previous things when I'm deleting it also? Dekho, sir. What is the file did, sir? I created one file. Already one file is there. What is the file name? Prasad.txt. Did I write anything in the Prasad.txt? No. Inside the Prasad.txt, it wrote something called hello to Node.js. After writing it, I am reading this file. Okay. Normally, when you read the file, sir, it will get it a stream bit by bit. Okay. Encoded data will come. I wanted to encoded data. I wanted to convert. Okay. I wanted to convert and I wanted to convert to UTF-8. If anyone knows HTML, they will know what is UTF. Okay. Unicode transmission format. Everything, every letter can be converted into a character of Unicodes. Then I said it convert to this UTF-8 and I want it to show. And what is there? Hello to Node.js. If you go here, it is there. Using Node.js, I write something. Using Node.js, I write something. Using Node.js, you can read something. Online, are you getting my point, ma? There is no read import. See, for everything, it is done with something called FS. FS is the import, file system. File system only is using it for write. File system is only using it for read. Are you getting my point, ma, online? This is synchronous. Synchronous means direct. If you do it in asynchronous, you need to pass something called a callback functions. Do you have any idea on callback? then it is fine to me. Actually, in real time, people how to do it like callbacks. Okay. Now, if anyone don't have any idea, I will show you. Like for example, you will write it here, fs dot read file. See, there is something called read file sync. Read file sync is for synchronous way, which is direct. Synchronous way is direct. Okay. But normal read file is asynchronous because in Node.js, everything is by default asynchronous. Okay. Here, asynchronous also same thing I will do. Like in prasad.txt, read it and convert this into UTF-8. But the problem with asynchronous is asynchronous may convert, it will take some time. Okay, basically asynchronous functions will take some time na. Until that it will wait in the task queue na. Sir, it may work, may not. So the point is always you should pass some kind of callback function. See, you should pass one, if you see it here, you should pass one callback function. Okay, I will pass here one callback function. Callback function is nothing but a function which is passed in the parameter of another function. Read file is one function. In read file parameters, you are writing another function. रीड फाइल एक फंक्शन है. फंक्शन पैरामीटर बोले तो क्या रहता, A B C 5 10 20 ऐसा रहता. बट फंक्शन पैरामीटर के अंदर और एक फंक्शन लिखे तो वो फंक्शन को बोलता कॉल बैक. क्या है सर? कॉल बैक. कॉल बैक means a function which is written in the parameters of another function. Here this one will take it like two parameters, which is like error comma data. If error happens, I will just say it like if any errors happened, then throw some error, else no need of else, directly console.log. It basically do same thing. See, it basically do same thing, but the difference is here you are managing it like if error conditions what happen. Okay, in normal conditions what happen, like you are doing it. This is how people write asynchronous JavaScript. Normal JavaScript and asynchronous JavaScript, this is a basic. Huh? Not understand. This is the data. Like, see, automatically this read file will read na. If it is reading, if it get any error, it will automatically go to error. If it is getting any data, automatically it will go to data. You don't need to create a third variable for that. That is how callbacks works. In Node.js, everything works with the callbacks only. Synchronous basically callbacks. In future, I will tell you callback, help, promises, Ajax. Both basically ऊपर वाला नीचे वाला same है. Different ways of writing it. Sir, can I update and delete it, sir? I can even do it. Easy one I will do. Fs dot. I will do it like append file. Same thing. Append file is for asynchronous one. Append file sync is for the synchronous one. I will do it like prasad.txt. This is extra text. Now, if I write it here, what will happen, sir? Can you see inside the prasad.txt what is there? Hello to Node.js. Then what is there? This is extra text because you updated it. Writing is different, updating is different. Okay, don't create a file also, writing will create the file. Okay, but updating will just add it. You can even delete it. Fs dot unlink sync, just give it here path like prasad.txt. You know what will happen, sir? Any guess? Delete the file. Simple. Can you see, is there any prasad.txt now? Barabar. You can create the files, you can read the files, you can write the files, you can delete the files using fs. Using fs, that is called file system. Don't write these comments also. I don't think you are writing it, right? I think you all know that, na? Comments don't write it, Ray. I am commenting it out, though you also don't put it comment it out, it will not work. Getting confused in synchronous and asynchronous. How to rename a file? Actually, we don't have it like separate one with the rename. I think we have. We have a separate method for that. Fs dot rename. We have directly rename. Mhm. Old path, new path. Automatically it will do it like rename. See? Getting confused with synchronous and asynchronous. One more time I'm telling. Synchronous means line by line. It will do it like normally. Console.log hello world, console.log by world. First hello world will run, then by world will run. कोई problem नहीं रहता, उसको बोलते synchronous. Asynchronous means, what if I wanted to run second statement first and first statement second? That means the second statement I want to run after some time. I want to print hello world, I wanted to print after 10 minutes. First I want to print second line. Automatically the code becomes asynchronous, not line by line. Asynchronous code will take some time to execute. Okay. Now, until that time, the JavaScript engine will not wait. It will push this whole thing into the queue and it will check it each one by one in the event loop. Online, are you all getting my point, ma? Believe me, try to see more and more asynchronous. If you are not completed JavaScript, also fine with me. If you don't complete JavaScript, fine with me. But understand asynchronous kaisa work karta. The more and more you see, the more and more easy it will become. कोई डाउट है सर अभी तक? No? Next one. There are so many we need to discuss. Next one, sir. One of the famous one, which we need to use most of the times, HTTP. HTTP is server module system. It is used to create, it is used to create a simple web servers or make HTTP requests. Normally, we will do it like Node Express.js will do it all easy way. This all Express.js will do this all easy way. Now, how do you do it? Const HTTP equals to require HTTP. By default, HTTP is there. Now I can create one server cell. Const server is equals to HTTP dot create server. The server will take a callback, sir. Callback means indirectly one function. Every server will contain two things. One is request, another one is response. Request comes from the HTML, a response you have to give, okay? Which is request and response. Now, request is nothing but incoming one, response is what you are sending it to the request messages, okay? Like for example, request dot request, have to give response now. Response dot write write head. I'm giving some header. Sir, someone kind of requested my server. Like server will run it in one port, sir. Every server will run it in one port. Like for example, port 5500 or port 3000, my server is running. So front end, if anyone knows in React fetch, in React or JavaScript fetch, do you all know fetch, sir? How many of you don't know fetch? Don't know. You don't know? Uh, how many of you don't know fetch? Everyone knows it? Then fine. So in fetch, you will call one API. Okay. Usually you will call fake store API, something, something. If you go at fake store API slash products, automatically someone will keep the products in the fake store API. You will get one response. The first thing you ask, you will get it like if anyone used fetch first, what you will get it is a status code 200 or status code 404 and okay, true. Okay, headers, you will get some headers, body, you will get some body. Then after that, you convert that into JSON one, which you it will resolve and it will give you like something, whatever the context which is there, right? That things I'm doing it here. What are the responses I'm sending it? I will do it here. Now people can access this data here. So what is the status code you are giving? 200. Right head contains the status code. What is the first one? Status code. Every status code contains some kind of value. Okay. Status code means 200 means success. 404 means not found. 501 internal server error. 300 something, each one have it like some message. Okay. Next, second one. You can give some kind of message here. This is the status, which is optional. If you don't give status message, kuch nahi hota. Okay. Headers are important. You need to give it here something headers like content type, application, or JSON. Content type, I'm just giving it. And what you wanna write it in your server? I wanna write it in my server. Some kind of array, you can put it some kind of data. Okay. Now you can put it any kind of data here. Now I will give one data const. Title. Wings of Fire. Author. Abdul Kalam. Title. Um, Ferrari. And author. Robin Sharma. Now I have it like some data, sir. I have one array. I have just created one array containing titles and authors of two books. Now I just give it here data. Data is a array. So this array will go there. Now let's dot emit. Sorry, not emit. Let's dot response dot end. Response end हो गया. Signals no more data return be writable. Correct. Now server is there, but this server is running, sir. No, I have to write it here. Server dot listen. Which port you wanted to run? I wanted to run my server in something kind of 3123. Oh, sorry. Give it something good port, sir. 5000 port. If server is running, it will print the message. Console dot log. Server is running at HTTP localhost 5000. Now I will do here. I will run my code. This is your first API if you wanna try it. See? Huh? Some problem happened. क्या हुआ? Cannot find modula. Sorry. Backend, I have to go inside this now. Here I have to run. क्या हुआ रे अभी? Oh, unlink. Previous code I uncommented. It is doing it unlink again, but there is no prasad.txt only na. Already unlink ho gaya na. So that is the problem. Can you say server is running at which port, sir? 5000. If anyone tried React or anything also, you will get something like this. And you will click here, you will go to that port. And hey, why it is not running? Refuse to connect. Why? It should run. Copy. I will use something called Postman. Get the data. Could not send request. Something Node.js error आ गया. The chunk argument must be a type string or instant buffer. Receives the instance of array. Okay. Why it is? It must be a string na. So then I will do it like this. JSON dot stringify data. It want a not array. It wants something string. So I converted my data into the string. Now it will do invalid argument type. The server is running at this port. If I go here, can you see I got one data? This is how you will get fake store API, na? Sir, when you go to fake store API, this is how you will get, sir. Now I have my own API. I can put any data in it. Online, are you getting my point, ma? Online, are you getting my point? How to know status code? Arey, if you are successful, you are sending the status code, re. Again, dekho. To the people who don't know how the APIs works, very simple logic. Client requests the server and the server will respond, right? So server, how it will respond? First server it is creating. We are creating one server using HTTP. In this server, you are writing one callback. In this callback, two things are there. One is request, one is response. If client is sending any data, you will take that from the request. But I'm not taking any data from the client. I just wanted direct get request. So request nahi chahiye. In this response, I am writing the response. What you are writing it here, 200. What does it mean by 200, sir? Successful. You are sending it. Array, this is whatever I'm sending it is a successful thing, Ray. So 200 is a successful. How do you know status code? Means you can check APIs. In APIs, there are status codes. And I'm also sending one message. This is a status code. And I'm sending some header content types. And I'm writing some data inside the response. And I'm ending the server. This server is running at the port 5000. If anyone run this file, now automatically my server is running in 5000. So in 5000, some data is there. So if React file, if front end come to this particular 5000, front end access this 5000, front end can see the data here. Okay, normally you will not get the direct array. You will use the database to get the data here. Simple. Is it clear, ma online? Online, is it clear? This, if I go here, if I do a get request, can you see here? I got the data, na? But actually, if you see it here, I got here content type. What is the content type here? What is the content you are sending it? JSON content. Okay, application or JSON data. If you are sending it any text content, only applicate HTML or text, I sub different contents will be there. Okay. And what is the status code here? 200. This is the status. What is the message here? This is the status. So your front end is requesting it, and the back end is giving this all as a response. Backend is giving this all as a response. In future, you will do Express.js. Express.js will do this one more easy. Instead of doing this much create server and all, Express.js makes your work more easy. Never used Postman. That means never used any APIs only if you don't know. Sir, Postman is very simple. Postman is just an application to check the APIs, to test the APIs. This is Postman. When you open the Postman, you need to paste here link. You need to give here request. What kind of request you are doing? I am doing get request to get the data only. Okay, then I will click here, and when I request it, can you see what is the data I got, sir? Simple. Online, is it clear? Online, is it clear, sir? I recommend everyone to try this today. All four modules. I will upload this one into the Google Drive. Please try all these four modules in your system. Okay, especially HTTP I want. Main HTTP and FS. Okay. And tomorrow we'll discuss other modules. Tomorrow I will explain you import exports, and tomorrow I will also explain you NPM, which is important. Okay. That's it for today. Thank you all, sir.